Hey guys, today we're going to talk about solar and wind power for today's video. Now, I know most of the used energy is nuclear, and it's also the dirtiest. I wanted to talk about solar and wind energy. First, I'll talk about solar, then wind, then the difference between them, and lastly, I'll say my favorite out of the two of them. Solar. Solar power is collected from solar panels on roofs and fields, or any place with a lot of sun. This is a solar panel. First, the photons from the sun hit the solar panel, making an electric current. Next, the electric current goes from the panels to the panel boards in a house to the electric home appliances. Now, the sun's photons have been converted into electricity. Now, you may be wondering, how are solar panels made? Well, here you go. Solar panels are made from silicon from silica sand. It is then heated at 2,000 degrees Celsius along with a source of carbon, then cooled to make metallurgical grade silicone and is usually liquefied again in order to remove remaining impurities, then blended with a pinch of boron and a dash of sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, I'm just going to put it on the screen. Then molded into ingots, then sliced into pieces 0.2 millimeters, about 0.01 inches thick. Then they are covered with silicone nitride. Anyway, they are covered with silicone nitride, then roughed up a bit for texture and reduced reflectivity. A silver paste is applied from the front and rear surface, and then you have a solar cell. And put them together, then you have a solar panel. Fun fact, scientists have found out how to genetically engineer bacteria to develop solar cells so they can work fine during cloudy days. Now I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of solar power. Pros. The first pro is that it won't emit any harmful gases into the air. The second pro is that it is a renewable energy, so it may never run out. So now we have talked about solar, let's talk about wind energy. The process of wind energy starts with, wind. The wind is blown to the wind turbine, which is then put down a wire to a converter which converts, hence the name, it into electricity. It is then put through a switchyard, then put through electric cables to your house. Now, just like with solar, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons, or to be more specific, pro and cons, because there's only one pro. So starting with the pros, we have it doesn't emit CO2. Now, the cons, which sadly, there's two of them, not like the pros. The first one is that if the wind stops blowing, it will stop making electricity. And the second one is very similar to the first one. It's that if the wind isn't strong, the turbine may not move, stopping it from making electricity. Now I'm going to talk about the difference between solar and wind energy. The first difference between solar and wind energy is that solar power comes from the sun and wind energy comes from the wind, of course. Another difference is that the turbine is not connected to your home when some solar panels are connected to your home. Now that I'm an electricity genius for electricity, I'm going to stick my fork in an outlet. Well, that was painful. Goodbye, everyone. Dead.